Yes, good afternoon, students. So, uh, today we will focus on the forms of water. Yesterday already we have seen various forms of water, that is the solid, liquid and gases, how these forms are available in our nature, and also learned about the water cycle. Okay, so once again I will revise it and then we will start with the next, that is groundwater as an important source of water. Okay, so these water is various resources. The first one, that is the groundwater, how we will get it, and what are the uses, etc. So first of all, again, once again, the forms of water. Now, students, yesterday I told you that how these forms are present in the cycle, in the water cycle. Okay, how these all the forms, all the three forms we will get. So once again, just so here. So ice or snow. Then this also melts and it also gives the formation of the river when the sun shines or when the heat is produced. Then now here, when the clouds are formed, so it rains. So this also forms the small rivers, and in this way we get it. And here last the ocean. Okay, so this is ocean. Now listen carefully, students. You know that here only we can see all the three forms of the water. Now there is these three forms, they are repeated and we get the form of water on the earth, in the atmosphere. So it is continuously, this process is going on, and so it is called as a water cycle. Cycle means it is a continuous process. When we talk about cycle, so it is nothing but a continuous process in which all the three forms of water we are getting, and this water is the water in all the three forms. Again, uh, now just listen carefully. We will start from the beginning. That is, here you can see the form of water that is in the solid form, the ice or the mountains which are ice capped mountains, or the peaks are ice capped. Now, where the temperature is very low, there in this portion the water is, or you can see this water in the solid form. Okay. Then, when the summer comes or when the temperature again rises, then only the snow melts and then it is converted into the liquid form and it starts moving towards the ocean, towards the plain. Then, here you can see the clouds. Clouds are formed, means this is the form of condensation. Now I will tell you how. So here what happens, students? Lot of water is exposed on the surface of the earth. It is here on the surface of the earth. So due to the heating of the sun, they rises up. They are rising up. Okay. They rise up, and this rising is called as evaporation. This rising of water is called as evaporation. Okay, now due to the heat of the sun, it is getting, the water is getting converted into the vapors. This is the liquid form. The liquid form is converted into the vapors or the steam, and it rises up. Now you can understand that why it rises, because these water, when it is converted into the steam, it becomes lighter in weight, and so now it starts spreading or it rises. Okay, because the weight is very less now, the density also decreases, so it rises up. When it goes to a particular height, क्या हो जाता है, वहां पर टेम्परेचर कम हो जाता है. एट अ पर्टिकुलर हाइट द टेम्परेचर डिक्रीजेस. उसके बाद सिर्फ सरफेस पर टेम्परेचर ज्यादा है, ऊपर जैसे ही जाता है टेम्परेचर कम हो जाता है. फिर हमने देखा कि ये टेम्परेचर कम होने के बाद, now when the temperature uh, lowers down, so what happens, this steam is again converted into water vapors. ये कन्वर्ट हो जाता है फिर से वाटर वेपर्स में, एंड इट इज कॉल्ड एज कंडेंसेशन. What is it called? Condensation. So the conversion of vapors into the liquid form, that is the liquid uh, drops, liquid drops, that is called as condensation. Okay, so now ये condensation process takes place, and here it contracts. पहले ये expand हो जाता है, evaporation में expansion होता है, और cloud formation में जब steam is getting converted into the liquid form at that time, or again you can say it is getting condensed, and or condensation means it is getting यहाँ पर एक्सपेंशन होता है तो उसके ऑपोजिट, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज contraction. So it happens and it is now converted into the clouds. जब ये clouds में convert हो जाता है, now the clouds they become heavy. The clouds become heavy and now they are full of water droplets. अभी steam नहीं है, now they are converted into droplets. So they become very much heavy. They start coming down. अभी ये ड्रॉप यानी कि लिक्विड है, लिक्विड यानी उसका वेट बढ़ जाएगा, तो धीरे धीरे क्लाउड जो है वो नीचे आने लगेगा, एंड इट स्टार्ट्स रेनिंग. इट स्टार्ट्स रेनिंग. अगेन इट रेन्स and it is getting into the streams and rivers, and in this way the water is again flowing, and at last again it meets to the ocean. During this time the water is getting evaporated. ऐसा नहीं है कि after going to the ocean only it is getting evaporated. When the water is on the surface water, due to the heat of the sun, gets evaporated. It starts evaporating. Understood, students? And all these processes are taking place under the water cycle. Understood, students? Everybody, have you understood now? Clear to all? Okay. So this was all about, you can see here, condensation takes place, evaporation takes place, और ये जो बारिश आती है उसे कहते हैं, this one water, falling of water is called as precipitation. It is called as precipitation. Okay, understood? Clear? So all these process takes place under the name, under द वाटर साइकिल। ये जो वाटर साइकिल है वो वाटर के अमाउंट को या वाटर को इस अर्थ पे बैलेंस करता है। Is it clear to all? This water is balanced. The amount of water is balanced on the earth by water cycle. है ना, एक तरफ इवापोरेशन हो रहा है, दूसरी तरफ रेनफॉल भी हो रहा है. So all this is taking place and the balance is done. The amount of water is balanced by the water cycle. Understood? Once again, listen carefully. You can see here all the three forms you can see here. The solid, the liquid and the gaseous form. So wherever, not in our case, wherever the temperature is low, here you can see the peaks of the mountains, they are covered by the snow or the ice. They are all ice capped. Then when the sun rises, when in the summer, due to the heat, then slowly the ice starts melting. It is converted into the liquid form, and here you can see now it gets and meet to the ocean. Now ocean is very vast. You have seen that 71% of the earth is covered by water. तो बहुत ज्यादा सरफेस एरिया है, इसीलिए बहुत सारा पानी सरफेस के ऊपर से इवापोरेट होते रहता है. So due to the heat of the sun, it evaporates. Means it is the liquid water is converted into the vapor. That is called evaporation. Then it start rising. ऊपर जाने के बाद फिर क्या हो जाएगा कि at a particular place, at a particular height, then the temperature is low, so it starts condensing. Means the steam is now converting into the liquid. Water drops and clouds are formed. उसी समय cloud formation होता है. When the clouds become heavy, then they come down. When the clouds become heavy, they come down and they give the rain in the form of precipitation. It is called as precipitation. तो इसके अलग-अलग नाम हैं processes में, and all is again included in the water cycle. Was it clear? Okay. So now next very important one is groundwater. Students, ये water cycle सबको पता है, isn't it? We all are seeing this. हमारे जीवन में या हम हमारे अर्थ के ऊपर इसको हर साल इसे देखते हैं. हर साल हर समर में धूप होती है, हर समर के बाद रेनी सीजन आता है, बारिश होती है, पानी जाके नदियों में मिलता है, नदी जाके सागर को मिलती है, ओशियन में again the water is getting evaporated from the ocean because ocean is a vast wide we can say area. तो वहां पर evaporation ज्यादा होता है, water is getting evaporated, isn't it? And then evaporation होता है, particular height पे जाके condensation होता है और फिर से precipitation होता है. So you have already seen, you know this, isn't it, students? So what is here you have to do is just you have to read it carefully. Now next is our groundwater. तो सिर्फ river, lake, ocean, these are not only the source of water. Groundwater is also important source of water. Important source of water. So students, do you know what is the meaning of groundwater? कौन बता सकता है? Tell me, students, tell me what is the meaning of groundwater? Groundwater, important source of water. Groundwater is also the important source of water. Yes, students, tell me what do you mean by groundwater या groundwater source? What is this groundwater? Can you tell me? Students, tell me fast. Yes. हाँ. Yes, Shardul is saying the water which is naturally present on the ground. Water that seeps under the ground. Okay, yes. So, students, water that is present on the ground क्या हो जाएगा वो? Surface water हो जाएगा. Shardul, listen carefully. The water which is present on the surface, on the ground, जैसे अभी हमें ये पानी का लेक दिख रहा है, रिवर दिख रहा है, that will become a surface water. But what is groundwater? Which is under the ground, the water that seeps into the ground. Ground के नीचे, जमीन के नीचे, soil के नीचे. Understood now, students? Is it clear? The water that is under the ground, inside the soil. Ground means earth. जैसे हम अर्थ को डिग करेंगे, ग्राउंड को डिग करेंगे, कुछ डिस्टेंस के बाद हमें पानी मिलेगा. So that is nothing but the underground water. It is also called as groundwater. Understood, students? Yes. Okay. So now here. Now directly here we cannot say that the underground water or it is available there. धीरे धीरे जब हम उसको डिग करते जाएंगे, अगर सॉइल इफ द ग्राउंड सॉइल इज मॉइस्ट, थोड़ा ज्यादा पानी है उसमें, then we can come to know yes now there will be the water available. क्योंकि अगर पानी अवेलेबल है then the soil also is always moist. अगर पानी है ग्राउंड में तो सॉइल कैसे रहेगी? सॉइल इज मॉइस्ट, थोड़ी सी उसमें मॉइस्चर ज्यादा रहेगा. Isn't it? सबको पता है कि नीचे नीचे जब हम डिग करते रहते हैं तो अगर पानी है पास में तो सॉइल भी कैसे रहेगी? इट इज मॉइस्ट. अंडरस्टूड? देन so the moisture in the soil indicates the presence of water underground. If we dig deeper and deeper, we would reach a level where all the space between the particles of the soil and the gaps between the rocks are filled with water. The upper limit of this layer is called the water table. Okay, so now here I will just draw and I will tell you what is the groundwater. Suppose here we are digging after some time. After digging we got here the water. So this is water. This water we got at the upper level. यानी सबसे पहले जो पानी हमें लगा है that is called as the water table. Okay. हाँ, it is not necessary that always we will get the water. The source of water is here only, but sometimes dig और थोड़ा ज़्यादा करना पड़ेगा, and then all the water we will get here. पूरा का पूरा पानी ही यहाँ पर लग जाएगा हमें. Then we can call it as a aquifer. So here, students, means the storage of water, जहां पर पूरा पानी ही पानी है. अभी यहाँ पर हमें पानी मिल गया है तो वो रश होके भी आ सकता है ऊपर. That is only the water table. But after a limit means there is only and only water which is present inside. So that level is called as an aquifer. फिर हमें बार बार डिग करने की जरूरत नहीं है because here is now the storage of water we have got the level. So this is called as the aquifer. Okay, so just student listen carefully. I will read it for you from this diagram. Now So the upper limit of the layer where we get the water is called as the water table. Understood? Then the water table varies from place to place and it may even change at a given place, isn't it? तो कभी हमें पानी बहुत जल्दी लग जाता है, कभी थोड़ी देरी के बाद लगता है. तो वाटर टेबल तो वैरीज, लेकिन स्टोरेज ऑफ वाटर जो है पर्टिकुलर इसमें अगर है तो दैट विल नॉट वैरी, इट विल बी द सेम. नाउ so the water table may be at the depth of less than a meter or may be several meters below the ground. The water found below the water table is called groundwater. So here students, water table is different and the groundwater is totally different. वाटर टेबल कभी कभी हमें जस्ट डिग करने के बाद भी पानी लग जाता है थोड़ा सा, पास में अगर कुआं है या पास में कुछ है तो वाटर टेबल भी लग जाएगा. बट after digging a lot and if this is one spot at which we have dug, दूसरे जगह पे पानी ही नहीं लगेगा तो that is not the water table. Understood? That means again we have to dig a lot for getting the main ground water. समझ में आ रहा है? अगर मेन ग्राउंड वाटर हमें चाहिए तो वो बहुत अंदर तक हमें डिग करना पड़ेगा. So here this is just the water table. जैसे for example जहाँ पर नदियाँ होती हैं, बहुत सारा पानी है, always we are getting a plenty of rainfall, so the water table is very less there. We will get a water table just below the ground. थोड़ा सा डिग करने के बाद भी मिल जाता है. बट जहाँ पर ड्रॉट है, पानी कम आता है, वहाँ पर बहुत डिग करना पड़ता है and after that we are getting the water table. और फिर एक बार वो वाटर टेबल लग गया वहीं पर स्टोरेज होता है. दैट इज अगेन इफ वी आर डिगिंग इट डाउन एंड डाउन, मोर एंड मोर वाटर वी आर गेटिंग, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज द एक्विफर, यानी कि ग्राउंड वाटर. अंडरस्टूड स्टूडेंट्स? सो the rainwater and the water from other sources such as rivers and ponds seeps through the soil and fills the empty spaces and cracks deep below the ground. The process of seeping water into the ground is called infiltration. Now, these are all different processes, students. इनफिल्ट्रेशन, तो जब भी बारिश आती है या फिर जो भी पानी है, the water from the river, lakes or streams, when they are flowing, they also get deep seep into the soil. और वो तब तक जाते रहते हैं because water is fluid, है ना? Water is a fluid, so it spreads. जब तक कोई उनको मिल नहीं जाती ऐसे चीज जैसे rocks, because below the rocks they cannot move from the rocks, isn't it? Rocks are very hard, so they always remain above the rocks. So tab tak wo they will go down and down till they are not getting the level of the rocks, so they will be seeping down and down. जैसे ही rocks लग जाते हैं बीच में, then they get collected over the rock, क्योंकि rock के अंदर तो जा नहीं सकते हैं. Understood students? Because they cannot penetrate through the rocks, they cannot seep through the rocks because rocks are very hard. Soft rocks are also there, but some rocks are there which are very hard and they cannot seep through the rock, तो फिर वो rocks के ऊपर ही रह जाते हैं and there they start collecting. Now they start collecting there, so that is called as infiltration. The process of seeping down, draining of the water, the process of draining, seeping of the water till it gets the till the bottom of the rocks, till it gets the bottom of the rocks. So that is called as infiltration. Next, the groundwater thus gets recharged by this process. So through infiltration, धीरे धीरे again there will be rainfall, again the water will seep, again there will be infiltration. ऐसे करते करते ग्राउंड वाटर रिचार्ज होते रहेगा. Understood? Then at places the groundwater is stored between the layers of hard rocks below the water table. This is known as an aquifer. So this is different, this is also different. Water table and a first level, but पानी नीचे जाएगा. Now here you can see there are rocks. Okay, so now here the water will come and it will be stored here. All the water will be stored here because now it will not move down because the rocks are there. Hard rock is there, so it cannot move down. So now the water is getting collected here. So this is called as aquifer. That means further it will not go down. एक बार पत्थर आ गए बीच में, वो भी hard rocks आ गए हैं, तो now the water will not move down. It will be get collected here. It is getting collected due to this hard rock. All the water is stored here, and this is called as aquifer. Understood, students? Clear to all? Is it clear? What is infiltration? Draining of the water, seeping of the water down and down till it is getting collected between the rocks. That is called infiltration. और एक्विफर क्या है? यहाँ rocks लग जाते हैं, पानी जमा होना शुरू हो जाता है, पानी is now water is getting stored. That is called as aquifer. Understood? Okay. Now, the water in the aquifer can be usually pumped out with the help of tube wells or hand pumps. So, this water now which is stored here can be used with the help of tube wells, hand pumps. Okay. So now these water, तो परमानेंट जो एक स्टोरेज हमें मिल गया पानी का परमानेंट, दैट इज एक्विफर. वहां से पानी हम निकाल सकते हैं फॉर पर्पस वेरियस यूजेस पर्पसेस with the help of tube wells and the bore wells, tube wells, hand pumps, etc. So you can see, students, there are some one picture is also given there, page number 198. You have to draw that picture. 198. So both the pictures you have to draw. Page number 196 and 198. Page number 196, 198. Both you have to draw. 196, 198. You have to draw this. Understood? One is water cycle and the other one is the groundwater. और आपको नहीं समझा है तो पूछना है. ओके? हाँ, yes. The hard water that is below means वो hard water, hard rock जो है बाद में, it is only I think it is the last level of the rocks which cannot be again dug because these rocks are further it gives rise to the formation of the soil, है ना? तो वो तो bedrock हो गया, लेकिन ये जो rock है, this one is not the bedrock, this one is just the hard rock. क्योंकि हार्ड रॉक क्या कर सकता है, उसके नीचे पानी तो जा नहीं सकता है, तो पानी यहाँ जमा हो जाता है। बस पानी कहाँ पर भी जमा हो जा सकता है। अगर हार्ड रॉक बीच में आ गया तो पानी वहां पर भी जमा हो जाएगा। द लेवल माइट बी वेरी लेस ऑल्सो, ज्यादा डिस्टेंस भी हमें नहीं डिग करना पड़ेगा। समझ में आ गया। अगर बीच में ही हार्ड रॉक है तो पानी यहाँ पर भी जमा हो सकता है। इट माइट हैपन, understood, but mostly these hard rock will stop. These hard rock will avoid the seepage of water, the further seepage of water, and now we will get ample amount of water that is stored there. Understood? So understood, students? Just wait, I will send the link to you also. Just wait, students. I am sending the link. Yes, click it and you can. Yes, yes, Rishi. Okay, you can draw the diagrams. Even you can just see from the net also, you will get the PDF, I told you. Okay, so done. Yes, so do the homework and also, yes, complete the homework tomorrow and show me. Yes, yes, okay, okay, students.